Welcome to this video. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If this is not your first time, thank you for joining me again. I'm so excited to have you all in this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing on how I got my first Canadian job in 1 week. And I've been seeing that what I've been sharing has been of great help to your relocation journey. The videos on how to create an application on the IRCC portal, how to write your SOP, how to fill forms too. I'm glad that most of you have been using it and it has been of great help to you. I've been answering some of your questions too in the comment section of my videos, and a lot of you have also been sending DMs to me on Instagram. I have a lot of messages over there. I've been trying my best to reply all of you. If I've not replied you yet, it's because I've not really had time. I'll find time to reply your messages. I've been reviewing some SOPs too. For those of you that I have not reviewed your SOP yet, I'll try to do that too. I'm quite busy with work and school. There's so much to do, but I'll try my best. I'm receiving so many messages and I'm trying my best to reply. It's too much. It's too much, but I'll try my best. Let me give the gist of how I was able to get my job. So when we got here, I had the plans that I was going to work while schooling. I wasn't sure when I would start putting out applications. I just wanted to settle with school first and everything. So we got to meet someone. He visited with his friends. So while we got talking and we're just about several things, and then we got talking, gisting, and me as my newcomer now, people that have been here for a while. Let me try and get some tips. So I was just asking questions, the best place to apply for jobs, how's the job experience. And one of them shared where he was working. And I was like, oh, I have the same experience from Nigeria. And then he was like, oh, I can actually apply for the job. He shared the email of the CEO of the company and also asked me to copy him in the email I'm going to send. Like, oh, let me give it a try. And by then, school had not resumed, and you can't start working until classes start as an international student. And from that time to when my classes will start was like in 1 week time. So I was like, by the time I'm done with interview and everything, my classes must have started then. So and we had this talk weekend. So by Monday, I already sent my application. I wrote a mail to the CEO of the company and also copied the friend that referred the job to me. So after sending my application on Monday, I got a reply on Wednesday afternoon if I'll be available for an interview that same day and also on Friday. So I was thinking the interview was going to be online. So I picked that same afternoon. And then I got a reply with the location of where I was going to have my interview. And I was like, oh, I won't be able to meet up with that time. So I sent a mail back to them, oh, that can the time for the interview be moved like 30 minutes so I'll be able to get there on time? And they sent a reply that, oh, that's fine. So I got ready, went there, and I met the CEO of the place and we got talking. It's an after school academy. So I actually applied to be a tutor for coding and robotics. I was asked some behavioral questions on what I was going to do in certain situations and the rest. So I answered them. So I was asked after the first interview to come the next day for a demo session. So I got ready thinking maybe it's just basic demo session and the rest. So when I got there the next day, I was given the curriculum for the class that day. Like it was just how many minutes is the class, and that is not what I prepared for. It was something different. So I had to like in how many minutes to the class, I had to go through like 5 pages preparing for the class. It was something different from what I expected, but I was already there and I just had to tell myself, I'm already here. Let me give you my best. If I receive a rejection, no problem, because it was something different from what I expected. It was not linked to coding and robotics. I had to go through 5 pages of the curriculum preparing for the class, and I just had like was it 10 minutes to the class. I just went through it speedily, and the class had activities that I've never done before. But like, I just had to prepare. In fact, some of the activities, it was during the class, I was getting to know about the activities, and just, you know how you be thinking ahead. So when I was done with the interview, I called the person that referred me to the job and gave him the gist that, oh, it was something different I got during the demo session, and I hope I did well during the session. That this is what happened. Like, they gave me something different, and I was given a curriculum, how many minutes to the class to get ready. It was a topic that was not kind of linked to coding and robotics. So he was like, don't worry, because the academy told me they'll get back to me by mail if I passed the interview, and with more details. The first interview I had, they actually asked me how I can work, and I said part time, because as a student I can work full time. So they got back to me by mail, congratulating me on getting the job, how my resume and my experience suits what they are looking for, and I was happy. They sent the agreement and everything I need to start the job, form to fill in my employment details for payment and everything. And I was very happy. I was like, oh, when I went for my first interview, we didn't discuss the pay. So by the time they sent their agreement, the pay was there, what I'll be receiving per hour. And the pay is actually good for a part time job. I'm not going to mention it, but the pay is good. The next day, my shift started. My workplace is an after school academy where kids come to learn STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and maths. And some schools come to hire my academy to come teach their kids coding and robotics. Yes, like the current school where I'm going to right now, we're going to teach kids coding and robotics in that school. I'm there with my team for like 1 month. We're almost done. I think we'll be rounding up next week because we've been there for 1 month. So the work is kind of convenient for me because, and since it's a part-time job, I don't have to be there all the time. So when my classes started, I picked online courses and also one on campus course so that I'll have enough time to work, since my workplace is an after school academy. I arranged my timetable that way so that I can attend my classes in the morning if I have any class that day in the morning. And then if I have any evening class, I can attend after work. So it's kind of convenient for me. And the work is interesting so far. As a student, you cannot work more than 20 hours per week. So I don't work more than 20 hours per week. And it's not that hard. It's actually something I kind of love doing. Yes, so I'm happy the job I got is something related to what I love doing. Is interesting. Maybe in another video, I'm going to share on how I'm able to balance work and school. I've adjusted to it. Like, I'll share tips on how I've been able to do that. The job is interesting so far, not too much. It's not affecting my coursework. That is the first job I've ever applied for in Canada, and I'm happy I got the job in one application. I also mentioned that I'm going to be sharing tips on how to get a job in Canada based on my experience and based on other person's experience too. Please get your resume ready. If you're not yet in Canada, start working on your resume. Make it standard and also use the Canadian resume format. If you need the template for a Canadian resume, you can Google Canadian CV or resume templates, and you see a lot of options so that you can tailor your resume to that template, because they have what they are looking for. Yes, for one job application, there are several persons applying for that job. So you have to make your resume stand out. Yes. And don't lie, oh, make sure you say the truth in your resume, because when you get the job, you will defend it. Like for my own case, is what was written in my resume. You can see how they suddenly called me for an interview, and I wasn't prepared, but because my resume is my own experience, I had to talk based on my experience because they asked questions based on what I shared with them. So you are going to defend what you have in your resume. So don't lie, please. You can start taking certifications before coming to Canada, or if you're already in Canada too, you can start taking certifications for the kind of job you want, especially for jobs that require certifications. Make research on the job you're applying for. If you require certification for it, start taking it. I heard there are some health care jobs that you need certifications for it, and also hospitality jobs too that you need certifications. So please start doing that. I also heard construction jobs too. You need some certifications for it. Just make research on what you need for the kind of jobs you're applying for. And for me also, there's a role that I want to apply for later on when I'm more settled. During my internship, MBA internship, I would love to apply for that job. And I'm already working towards that. I'm already taking courses that will make me stand out, so that when I'm applying for the job, I'll be able to get it on time. My application will be good. So start working, start getting certifications. Yes. Then network. So network with people. Let them know you are looking for a job. As you are talking to people, ask questions. You're a newcomer. You don't know where you can get a job. When we got here, we didn't know anyone. Then my husband got to know someone from his secondary school lives here. And then when he came to visit with his friends. And these are people that have been here for a while, and it was an opportunity for me to hear directly from people that have been here. Before meeting them, I was wishing, oh, how I wish I can have someone that have been here for a while, like talk to them and ask questions, especially people that are from my country, that are from Nigeria. At least I'll be able to ask some questions and get to know about their experiences. Like since I'm seeing them face to face, it's not just hearing or reading things online. So I asked my questions. I put my shyness aside though. I asked my questions. I wasn't shy because I needed help. If you need help, you will talk to people. Push everything aside. Don't be shy. Talk to people. Yeah, so and that's how I was able to get my job. If I didn't talk, I wonder by now I'd have still been looking for a job, because I've met some persons here that they said they've been here since last year and they've not been able to get a job. Like anywhere you can ask questions, fellow students, church, whatever social gathering you find yourself, just let them know you are looking for a job. Like don't just oh, I'm looking for a job, but you know how you find a way to bring it in and ask questions, because people that have been here know how things work in these places, and there are some jobs that you cannot get until someone refers you to the job. Yeah, and I also know of someone, her husband got a job in a construction company based on referral. Yes, a full-time job in a construction company based on referral. So please talk to people and share that you're looking for a job. And then they can also share tips on how you can get a job. Like one of the persons too that came to visit mentioned that the job he's currently doing, how he got it was that he walked into the place and asked them if there was vacancy, and they mentioned yes, that he can drop his CV, and he dropped his CV and he's already working there. You can also walk into some places and ask for part-time jobs, for those that want to do sales job, that want to do pizza job, different kinds of job. Just walk into places and ask them, oh, is there a vacancy, and carry your CV. You can print your CV and keep aside, put in your bag. You never can tell where you can find a place to drop your CV. I know of a lady currently looking for a job. She has been working to some pizza places, different places to act and drop her CV. You can also use some websites and some applications to find jobs. I know of websites like Indeed.ca, Glassdoor, Job Bank Canada. You can check all these places for jobs. Apply to as many jobs as you can. Don't just apply for 10 jobs and then just relax and say, oh, these people are not getting back to me. If you can apply to 500, apply to 500. Keep applying. You never can tell which one will call you. And then tailor your CV according to the job application you're applying to. You can also apply for jobs on LinkedIn. They can be sending you notifications, especially if you select the region where you want job alerts from. So check all these websites, Google the kind of job you are looking for, part-time job, full-time job, and apply. I'll be sharing the links to some of these websites in the description box of this video. And then you can use apps like Instawork. I heard it only works in Vancouver and Toronto. Faber works too. I was told about Faber works, where you can get part-time jobs, you can get shifts, construction jobs, hospitality jobs on all these apps. I don't think you can download some of these applications if you are not in Canada. But if you're in Canada, try to download these apps and get to fill in the right information, do the right thing. You can make research on how people get jobs on these apps, because I'm only sharing based on my experience and I've not used these apps to get any job for myself. So you can try it out yourself, do research, ask questions, just check. I'm sure a lot of persons are shared on how they're able to get jobs using these applications. And also, please, when you get a job, try to put in your best and work hard, giving your best. When you're going for your interview, be ready to give your best. When you start the job, be ready to give your best. Work hard is for yourself also, because sometimes you may need a letter of recommendation from your former job, so try to give in your best. And wherever you find yourself in, give your best. You never can tell who is watching. Yeah. And then try to also get a good relationship with your colleagues. They may tell you about other jobs happening, because I know some students are actually here to also work and school at the same time. So they may want to take more than one part-time jobs to combine to get 20 hours per week, because there's some jobs that you will not get up to 20 hours. So you can combine it with another job to get up to 20 hours per week. So you can talk with your colleagues. They may tell you about other jobs too you can apply to. And then if there's extra shifts to carry in your job, take it all. Yes. And then please, before you come to Canada, have enough savings before you come, because you never can tell when you're going to get a job. It may work out on time for you, it may not, because a lot of people, their experience is that they've been applying for jobs and they've still not gotten any job. So try, just get ready. A lot of Canadian employers are looking for people with Canadian experience. So one Canadian experience on your CV can give you a job. So whatever job you can find, try as much as you can to do your best, and so that you'll be able to get enough Canadian experience and be proud of the kind of job you are doing. Is it construction work you are doing? Is it sales job you are doing? Be proud of it. It's feeding you. Don't feel bad about the job. Do your best. Yes, if it's sales you are doing, do your best. If it's construction work, do your best. Don't be shy. Don't feel bad about it. If they are not paying as much as you expected to get paid, especially as a professional, because I know some persons that have enough work experience, but they are not getting the kind of job that they want immediately. You can start with something little, because there are some Canadian employers that will not give you a job unless they see Canadian work experience on your CV. So you can start with something small before you go high up. Like for me, this is not the job I want to do full time when I'm done with school. So I'm already working towards that. But this is going to be of advantage to me when I want to apply for a full-time job after school, because this is enough work experience since it's even in the tech field. A lot of persons are finding it difficult to combine work and school. With time, I'll be able to share some tips on how to have the work school balance. Yes, work school and life balance, because because life is not just work and school alone. When I started the first week, like combining class, going to work, you know how you've had enough time of rest and then you're back to working and back to school. It was somehow, but I told myself I'm already here after all, so let's go. Even if you don't need the money right now, later on you may need the money. It's good to have money saved somewhere. Yeah, so start working, start looking for jobs. You never can tell what will work out for you. And don't give up. Keep applying until you get approval. And I wish you guys all the best. I hope your application is seamless and you get approvals on time. I'll be ending the video here. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do. Please, guys, share and like my videos. You can also hit the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. Thank you. Bye.